Hello everyone, let's look at Benko Gambit today. It's a little bit similar to the Benoni defense. It starts the same way. Black can strike c5 here already, d5, and now b5. And there's not so much theory in this position, but usually white takes on b5, and then black offers another pawn, and white usually takes on a6. That is the theory. White can also play b6 with the idea of developing the knight on c3, and then afterwards perhaps being able to hit the queen that's on b6 with the knight. But that's not so popular. Right now this situation is called Benko Gambit half accepted. So now that white takes on a6, it's fully accepted, or just Benko Gambit accepted. Okay, black takes the pawn, and now what kind of compensation does black have? He has control on this diagonal, and white has troubles developing that bishop. Usually he fianchettos it. d6 is popular here, also g6. And here many possibilities for white. e4, just like in Benoni, knight f3, g3. Let's look at e4. And this allows black to exchange the bishops, which forces white to castle manually. g6, g3, king g2, fianchettoing the king, castles, knight f3, knight b, d, rook e1, and we have reached a position that's has possibilities for both players, but nothing critical. I mean, neither of the players are losing, so it's playable for both. Here's where the possibilities end. I mean, then it spreads out. So let's look at what happens after knight f3 on move 7, g6, g3, fianchettoing, this has good chances for white. Perhaps it's a good idea to fianchetto the king's bishop. Black attacks on the queen side, and white is trying to do damage in the center and on the queen side. a4, some counterplay on the queen side from white side, and this position is quite balanced, although there's many imbalances. Does that make any sense? Okay, let's look at g3. I think it transposes to the same kind of positions. Yeah, so nothing so different. Let's go back a little bit. What if white plays just b6, queen takes b6, so here white didn't actually accept the pawn that black offered on a6, so the material is even. And okay, the black queen retreats voluntarily, doesn't want to get hit. And white is trying to constrain black on the queen side. Central exchange makes things more simple. And both players should be able to hold a draw if they play correctly. Okay, so back to this situation. Also read from Wikipedia that there's this plan where black takes this pawn with the knight and then has different strategic ideas. Can't remember exactly what, but I'll put the link down below so you can read. I noticed that there's not a whole lot of like any tactical tricks or such in this opening, so I kind of ignored them. So not a whole lot of games from this position. Perhaps this knight takes a6 doesn't work so well. But anyway, this should be the starting position, and it's good to note that something like b3 won't work for white, because, well, one choice is just to take on c4, and then this diagonal is pretty weak for white, so even if he tries to contest it, there's difficulties for white to defend, I guess, on the queen side, with black having this open b file. And black doesn't even have to take on c4, he can just play g6 already, and he's going to have some pressure on the queen side. So it's kind of like a must to take on b5. So if you play d4 openings, it's difficult or impossible to avoid the Benko Gambit. So, or also known as the Volga Gambit originally. So it's good to know, just in case, if some really skilled Benko Gambiter comes your way. So yeah, just some ideas how to play this opening, and it's pretty rare, but in Bullet and Blitz it's pretty common. So if you're into those time controls, then perhaps this opening is something to watch out for. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.